I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be attracting women and how it relates to the race barrier. Well, I got an email here from a guy. What's interesting is that guys who are unsuccessful with women or who are just learning to become successful with women, we all have ways that we bullshit ourselves. And when there's some area of our life that is not going well and we know we need to put some attention on it, and it's like really suffering compared to like other areas of our life, we all have a story or a group of reasons or excuses that we use as why we don't have what we want in our life, or why our life does not, like why we don't have the career we want, or the girl we want, or the money we want, or the car we want, or the house we want, or the friends we want, whatever is the lifestyle we want. We all have a story. And Andy Roddick, the tennis player, he had this great quote. He says, at one point in life, you either have the things you want or the reasons that you don't. And so this particular guy, he believes that the reason that he is not successful with women, because apparently he likes all kinds of women. He likes black women, he likes Asian women, he likes white women, Irish women, it doesn't matter. He's just a fan of all women. And he thinks that the reason he's not successful with the kind of women that he wants is because of some imaginary race barrier that is getting in the way. And so I'm just going to jump right in. He says, hello, Coach Corey. How do I overcome the race barrier? And I would say Morgan Freeman did an interview on 60 Minutes with Mike Wallace, and I'll put a link on this article on my website to the actual interview. It's only like a 55-second long clip. You should definitely check it out. And Morgan Freeman, one of my favorite actors of all time, and he has a very enlightened perspective. And Mike Wallace is like, what are we going to do about the racism problem? He says, stop talking about it. He said, and he was talking about Black History Month, and he says, is there a White History Month? And Mike Wallace says, well, no. And he says, do you want one? He's like, well, no. And he says, well, I'm Jewish. He says, well, do you want a Jewish History Month? He's like, no. He says, I don't, and Morgan Freeman says, I don't want a Black History Month. He's like, I don't care about it. He says, Black history is American history. Don't refer to me as Morgan Freeman, a black man. Refer to me as Morgan Freeman, and I'll refer to you as Mike Wallace, and stop talking about racism. And the only people that really talk about racism are the jackasses in the fucking media who just love stirring up shit, because just time there's any kind of inkling, you usually see Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson getting on TV and shaking their fists in the air and acting like a bunch of fucking jackasses. And then 6 months later, it turns out, seems like, especially with Sharpton, like 9 times out of 10, the person he was railing against, turns out that the person that he was supporting, who was the victim, turns out they were totally full of shit. Does he ever come on TV and apologize? No. He's on to the fucking next one because he's a fucking publicity whore. This is the same thing he's been doing since the 1960s. My parents grew up in the 60s, and I know what it was like back then. It was pretty nasty, but that's fucking 50-something years ago, and everywhere you go, there's mixed racial couples everywhere. I mean, people just you see it in the movies. It's just, nobody really fucking pays attention and gives a shit anymore. I mean, sure, some people are going to say it, but I mean, what racism really is just one group of people who are projecting their own self-hatred and self-loathing onto another group of people because of their skin color, the way their hair is, their height, their body style, their belief system, their religion, their social status, or their class. You hear a lot of this class warfare horse shit in the media that politicians used. And they say, it's those fucking rich people that, that's why you're a broke-ass bitch. And if you elect me, then I'm going to make sure you get an extra $5 a week from those goddamn rich people. We're going to really fucking soak them. And, the bottom line is these same politicians that are railing against the rich people are actually rich people themselves. And the reason they pay low taxes is because they simply put all of their assets in a trust. And then they take a small little salary to manage the trust. But they have control over the trust, and they can move money wherever they want. And so since they're not personally taking out income or big masses of income, they're able to just, when they die, just a family heir basically takes over the trust and managing the trust. So you don't have to worry about inheritance taxes. And you fucking idiot. Warren Buffett's a brilliant business guy, but him out there, like, oh yeah, raise my taxes. Like, write a fucking check, dude. Stop running your fucking mouth and write a check. Or shut the fuck up. I mean, seriously. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's just, that's what happens. They get everybody all riled up, and one group is like, I'm offended, it's racism, and all it is just one group of people projecting their own self-hatred and self-loathing and saying, it's a way that those particular people go about bullshitting themselves and saying, oh, it's those guys' fault why I don't have it. It's because they're on this planet. I mean, you look at someone like Adolf Hitler and took it to the extreme. I had one of my own grandfathers. He personally saw with his own fucking eyes what the Nazis did to the Jewish people and a lot of other people. It wasn't just the Jews that they murdered. I mean, Adolf Hitler caused a war that ended the lives of 50 fucking million people. And that's all. If you listen to his writings, he was incredible. Look at his face and his picture. He's a fucking miserable looking dude. He just hated himself, but he projected all that onto other people because of their skin color, or for him, in his case, it was the Jews. I mean, he hated anybody that wasn't the Aryan, master race. But that's all it is. It's self-hatred and self-loathing on people who are simply unenlightened. They're stuck in their ego and they're completely disconnected from their heart. Because if people actually studied science and quantum physics, they would understand that basically all of us human beings were basically a bunch of fucking organic meat sacks that are all animated by the same energy. The same forces beating my heart and growing my fingernails and growing my hair is growing your hair, beating your heart, growing your fingernails, and every other person's on the planet. It's the same energy. And when you study science, you understand that. Then you are able to look at all of the world's religions and see that every single spiritual tradition teacher that's ever come all said the same thing. There was such unity and connection between all of us, and you can discover this stuff in science. And when you understand the nature, this physical construction of how this world that you and I see as a physical world is actually made up, then you realize that you're not separate from anyone or anything that you want in this world. The only thing that causes the separation is the ego, the part of us that basically thinks this meat sack, this body of ours, is actually who we really are. And Jesus said it himself. He said it best. He says, I am in this world, but I am not of this world. He also said, all that I have done, you shall do also in even greater acts than these. And the types of things that he did and he pulled off only can happen when you're totally aligned in unity consciousness. You want to really blow your mind, read some books on Carlos Castaneda and some of the other guys like that. I mean, this shit will blow your fucking mind what these people are able to do. So he says, I'm an African-American male, and in no way am I like the stereotypes portrayed in the media. I'm a regular dude and maybe a bit of a nerd, but I'm attracted to all women, so as long as they are beautiful, confident, and know what they want, sometimes I feel like I might have to work twice as hard to get a beautiful Asian woman, Caucasian woman, or a Latin woman to take interest. And I say that's just a story. It's just, the only thing that your problem is that the method that you're using to pick up women just fucking sucks. And I'm glad you found my work because now you're starting to learn this stuff. And he says he's already been through my book. So he says, I'm not bad looking. I have masculine features. I just may need to drop a few pounds, but that's about it. I've read your book, and it's helping me to become more in touch with my masculine energy, but any advice on how to overcome any race barriers? And like I said, bottom line is most women are not going to like you. You're not going to have a chance with them. And not all white women are going to like you and find you attractive. Not all white women like and find me attractive. It doesn't matter. The idea is when you start applying what I teach and interacting with women and other people, just asking questions, asking their opinions. I'll put a link on here on a video called Improving Your Social Skills. It's on exclusively on YouTube. It'll teach you how you can go to the mall and start interacting with people. And then when you talk to enough people and you interact with enough women, obviously, in the process over time, you're able to start to realize the ones that you got a chance with and the ones that you don't. So it'll get to the point where you can literally look at a chick and go, oh yeah, she wants me. You can tell. It's in her body language. It's in the way she looks at you. You'll be able to pick up on that, and you'll know that she's into you. And you look at another chick and go, I don't get a chance with her. And you go right up to the one who's looking at you or checking you out and start talking to her. And everything's effortless because you already know what she's going to say because you can read it. It's all over her face that she wants you. And so as you get better at this stuff, you start to look for and recognize those behaviors. And then what happens is you feel better about yourself, you feel more confident, and then every day you get to the point where you get a little spoiled, and you're only going to talk to women who have high interest in you, till it comes to a point in time where you only talk to women that you like and who also have high interest, high mutual interest in you, and you'll just attract people like that into your life. It becomes like a snowball effect. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website, and click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic that you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 or 2 paragraphs max, be brief, detailing your situation, your questions, your challenges, and just give me several days to get back to you because I get a lot of email from the internet. I also get a lot from my paying phone coaching customers, and I obviously have to focus on their emails first. But be patient, and I will get back to you. And if you want me to help you right away with a specific challenge or situation that you're having, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session by clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.